We'll talk about nettle, an incredible plant with numerous healing properties that in the past was used to treat many different conditions and had some other practical applications. It is unfairly forgotten today, but soon it will reestablish its status within the realm of natural medicine, as more and more people resort to, as they are looking for natural, pure, and effective health solutions. Herbs possess this power. In different combinations, they can provide the needed effect for practically any health conditions, without damaging side effect. In this short video, you will learn the benefits of nettle, its application in the household, how it affects the blood and the skin. We'll also provide you with some recipes for salads, infusions, dehydration, fermentation, and preservation methods. Nettle for hair restoration, recipe for nettle fermented drink, and tincture. Its name means delight drinker. This herb possesses very potent energy that can move heavy stagnation and rid of heavy sludge in the system. It is capable of healing many conditions, especially blood and connective tissue, as well as it is beneficial for the liver, pancreas, cardiovascular system, and thyroid health. Nettle is astringent in taste. It has cooling initial effect. It is an alternative herb, which is a potent blood cleanser, and it is also hemostatic, the one that arrests the bleeding. There are two types of nettle, the common nettle and the stinging nettle. All parts of nettle are healing and medicinal. Nettle grows on a rich soil and loves the direct sunlight. It was specifically cultivated for many purposes. Purpose number one was to get the fabric. It was boiled to get the tough fiber out of which the very high quality fabric was produced. The clothes made with the nettle fabric is very tough, good for the skin, ecological, and inexpensive. It was used equally with hemp and linen fabrics. Use number two was to get fertilizer. It was composted in the water with aeration system. The root system of nettle contains nitrogen stabilizing system that makes the plant very high in protein content. The soil fertilized with nettle is very rich and fruitful. The use of nettle in food should not go beyond raw plant use, meaning it is a bad idea to use it in cooking. Nettle is rich in vitamin K, and when it's fermented, it has vitamin K2, which adds additional benefits to it. Vitamins B, fatty acids up to 7%, vitamin A, protein up to 20%. It is widely used with skin problems, cardiovascular problems, osteoporosis, gastrointestinal tract problems such as ulcers and colitis. It removes edema and stagnant fluids. It improves the lymphatic circulation, stabilizes the menstrual cycle, removes the PMS symptoms. Nettle juice is very potent, therefore take it diluted with water in small amounts. The cold pressed juice is best kept in the cooler for 2 days. You can also freeze it. To arrest the bleeding, all you need to do is mush some nettle leaves and apply it to the wound. Also use dehydrated powder for the purpose. You can also sniff the powder to stop the nasal bleeding. Now we have a question, does nettle thicken the blood? Well, due to high vitamin K content, it has that property, but the high viscosity of the blood is the result of poor nutrition and low water consumption. Remember, liquids like soups, juices, and smoothies, teas, and other beverages are not the same as water and should not replace it. However, consult your doctor in use of nettle for that purpose. So instead of excluding vitamin K containing leafy greens, start drinking adequate amounts of water and reduce blood thickening foods. If you have low hemoglobin level, nettle is the savior. It is also very effective to bring high blood sugar levels down. Here's the recipe for improving the hair growth. Take 3 tablespoons of nettle powder, 1 quart of hot water, infuse it for 1 hour. Then use it to rinse your hair. Do it once daily. Additionally, it is beneficial to rub the pulp into the scalp for about 30 minutes and then rinse it off. The freshly squeezed juice rubbed into the scalp produces even a better effect. For bone and joint conditions, the nettle may be rubbed on or applied for some time, and the effect would be very quick. You may use other herbs in formulations with nettle. Freezing nettle or nettle juice is the best way to preserve it. It is used to make teas and formulas to pacify the mind, along with such herbs as melissa or valerian root or other nervine herbs. Another recipe for infusion. Take 1 to 2 tablespoons of nettle powder to 2 cups of hot water and infuse it for 1 hour in the thermos. Steep it down and take 1 cup twice a day before food. Do it for 1 month. It is good for general inflammatory conditions, internal hemorrhages, and hemorrhoids. Harvesting of nettle needs to be done in dry weather. Then the bunches need to be hung upside down and dried in the shade, or you may dehydrate them in dehydrator at the temperature below 120 degrees Fahrenheit to preserve the nutrients and the therapeutic effect. Then dried herb needs to be kept in the fabric bags or glass or ceramic containers. It is a beautiful spice and can be added to dishes and soups, not during the cooking though, but right before eating. Here's the recipe for the fermented nettle drink that is full of enzymes and probiotics. Take the fresh leaves and twigs of nettle, up to 7 inches long, wash them thoroughly, pack them tightly into a jar to half of its volume, add about 1 tablespoon of Jerusalem artichoke syrup, and about 1 to 2 teaspoons of liquid probiotics. Add warm water. The temperature should be about 90 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Fill it to the top and leave it in a dark room for about 3 days. The drink is ready. You can move it to the cooler and keep it there for about 7 days and begin drinking it. It is an excellent remedy for many GI conditions. Nettle is very low maintenance. If you cut it, it continues to grow on its own. So you can have fresh nettle available to you from spring to fall at any time. Nettle is good to enhance the breast milk production while breastfeeding a baby. Here's the recipe on how to ferment the nettle. The best nettle to ferment is young nettle. It needs to be ecological and pure, picked away from heavily polluted industrial areas and highways. You need to wash it thoroughly, chop it coarsely to about 1-inch pieces and twigs. You need about 2 pounds of herb and about 2 ounces of pure salt. Use any salt at your discretion as long as it is pure. Mix the salt into the chopped herb, then tightly pack it into a disinfected mason jar. Then lock it and leave it at the room temperature for about 3 days. After 3 days, you can move it into the fridge, where you can keep it for about 2 to 3 weeks. After those 3 weeks, the fermented nettle is ready. You may begin eating it, or if you want to preserve it for longer period of time, like over winter, you may want to add some more salt on top of it and close the lid again. That will preserve it over the cold season. Nettle for the salad. You may quickly blanch it in hot water to remove the stinging feel, but keep it crunchy, then add it to your green salad with different ingredients: oils, avocados, nuts such as pine nuts, seeds, hemp seeds, and sunflower seeds. You may also just tenderize it, and then you won't have to blanch it and expose it to the hot water, which is a better way to do. Now, alcohol tinctures are not to be taken in, as any alcohol in any form and amount is harmful. The medicinal properties of the herb are also reduced, but it is an excellent for external use and only external use as a rubbing agent. And here's the recipe. 3 ounces of vodka and 2 tablespoons of nettle powder can be mixed together and kept closed in a warm place. You will have to stir that liquid daily for about a week. In a week it is ready. You can use it to wipe your skin, to clean pores, treat acne, some other skin impurities, followed by hydrating agent. For facial mask, mix the nettle powder to thick consistency with water, add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of liquid probiotic, and apply to desired skin area for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then you can wash it off with warm water. Nettle is a powerful plant, good for various applications. Its therapeutic effect is immense and extensive. Other than conditions mentioned earlier in the video, nettle has been used for centuries to treat painful muscles and joints, gout, hay fever, enlarged prostate, elevated blood pressure. It strengthens the bones and boosts the immune system. We encourage you to learn more about natural remedies and use more herbs in your health nutritional daily regimen. Thanks for watching.